It's finally Madden 24 season, and we're here with our very first video of the year. But before this starts, I do want to shout out absolutely nobody for the opportunity to play the game 0 days early. Without that, I would have had to post this normally like everyone else can. Okay, never mind. But we're going to be looking at all of the dev traits for the rookie class of 2023. Now, I am kind of using the Madden School, website for this. I kind of backtracked some of these just to make sure that most of them were right. I looked for like a bunch of obscure players that I thought maybe should have had like star or better, like someone like DeJuan Jones or someone like that. And it appears that they're all right. So I apologize if there is maybe even one player or two players off, but this should be a 99.9% accurate list. But I am kind of using the Madden School as a reference, so definitely check it out. I mean, almost every year I go to that site for help, and I mean, I think they're okay with me kind of using it as a reference, because I was retweeted by them once before, and I don't know, symbiotic relationship, I think. I don't know. But we're going to start off with the superstars, which number 1 is Bryce Young. Why are the numbers so wide? This is like your grandfather's jitterbug. I've never actually seen a jitterbug in real life, but I've seen the numbers. These actually might exceed that. Is this intended? Like, it just looks goofy, dude. It just looks like we're in a clown show. Like, we're looking at a clown mirror right now. But anyways, that's beside the point. Superstar dev for Bryce Young. I believe there is 3 superstar dev players, and the reason why I do expect that this list is 99% correct is because one of the, there's a few players that I just expected to be higher dev and weren't, and it's like almost criminal that they aren't, so I was just feeling like it has to be correct, which it seemingly is. I think the only player that got wrong is Keely Ringo. Maybe that was a last-second decision to drop him to normal. I'm going to have a last-second decision to refund my game. What's going on here? I literally can't even play. Oh, my Lord, it begins. Also, if you're hyped for the Madden season, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. It would mean a ton to me, especially early into this Madden cycle. We're going to be grinding so hard, so many videos you wouldn't believe, unless the servers continue to suck, then whoops. But do plan on another video later today, probably 2 tomorrow, or 3 tomorrow, and then 3 the next day, and I don't even know, but a lot. That's all that needs to be said. But let's get into this this list of rookies, and there's a lot of star plus rookies. There really are. So I believe it was just the EA servers. Everyone's tweeting about how the servers are already down. I'm just gonna finish this video instead of maybe even being able to post the plan, which was to do this video and starting of the superstar mode. I believe I'm going to be doing a wide receiver, so be on the lookout for that later today, assuming everyone can start playing, but I will be able to get this video because it's an offline franchise right now. But Bijan Robinson is the second of 3rd superstar players, which, I mean, he's pretty busted. And now a guy that I thought maybe had a chance, but when you compare the rest of this list, he's up to a 78. He's insane. Also, why is everyone looking chunky? Once again, like the numbers they use for the ratings. He is actually really good, which, I mean, he is. I mean, Van Ness is super, it's just the start of the season, and I'm already talking about the Packers, but maybe they should have went VJSN. And I love the offensive weapons that they got, but those are the superstars. And, once again, kind of leaning on this list that the Madden School has. Once again, check them out. It'll be in the top line of the description. I will be linking their website. If not for this, there is plenty of other helpful things for franchise teams, different tips and tricks they got. So not sponsored by them or anything, but I've used their site for a couple of references for videos in the past. So always like to shout them out when I do that. Star development trait for CJ Stroud, which you of course know that our franchise team is going to be that this year, assuming some like huge name doesn't yoink them before then. Because as much as like, you want to say, oh, first come, first serve, you made a video, and you want to stick to your guns. I also don't want to get steamrolled in the algorithm. It's kind of how it works. But those, I believe, are the only 2 quarterbacks with hidden development trait, which 2 stars, and then a superstar. Will Levis, though, oof, 24. Oof, everyone's stomach is looking healthy, let me tell you. Everyone has had their fill before the Madden servers have come up for everyone. Jahmyr Gibbs, a superstar in the making. As a Packers fan, that hurts me to say. Super speedy, but let's take a look at that dev, which is star development trait. Pretty much everyone else on this list is star, but obviously we have to go through them so you know who is who. Another really good running back for the game is A-Chain, who is a blazing fast player. I probably can just go on and just not show you the actual devs and just be like, hey, do you believe me? But at the same time, I kind of want to like, do I believe it? Because once again, I'm going off of a list that, I mean, might have been outdated because they might have gone off of the beta, which I don't know if that's true or not. I think somebody there probably has the game early, and that's how they're like, posting it and whatnot. But just to make sure, we'll take a look at the devs. Jordan Addison, star development trait. It was a catch, all right? As a Packers fan, Dez did not catch it, but I'm just kidding. He caught it, but it didn't matter because the Packers smoke him down the field anyways. Sorry, Cowboys fans. Quentin Johnston, a jump ball guru, star development trait as well. Just confirming, because there are a couple of guys here. I think some of the guys that I know for a fact are star, even without even knowing physically, I think are fair. A lot of high overalls. It's really weird because the tight ends are kind of low this year, whereas a lot of the other positions are insanely high overall. Zay Flowers, one of those, star development trait players. Looking over at the Broncos, Marvin Mims, lots of star plus wide receivers, mainly star. The release this year, seemingly, pretty bad like last year for most of the rookies, but still maybe technically better. We're on par at least. Looking at Josh Downs now, also another star development trait player. Okay, I could talk about the release, and then it's 61. And then the last one, a little surprised by this, even though I think he is going to be good as well. But I probably have to say that legally because I'm a Packers fan. It's not true, but Jaden Reed, been killing it in camp. Had a nice little preseason as well. First game, star development trait as well. Now we move on to the tight ends, which very stacked class. Surprising to see Luke Musgrave on it, or not on it, or Kraft. But at the same time, I kind of get it. They are really low overalls, which I don't get that. But Dalton Kincaid, just because he is like one of the best tight ends, in the class, I will take a look at his dev to see if he is superstar. Maybe the list is out of date, like I said, but I don't think that is going to be the case. Star development trait. If he's not superstar, and Michael Mayer's not superstar, then I just assume that this list is correct because those two, if not one of them, at least Mayer maybe, should have probably been superstar, and they aren't. And the reason why I really believe this list is because the two players, I'm going to spoil it, Will Anderson and Jalen Carter, are not superstar plus, which is ridiculous to me. I actually am so shocked. Laporta, he actually has his name for once, the first time in a while. Of course, maybe you haven't seen all the rookie ratings, so I'm just throwing those in there as well, just to have something else to see. And then we move on to the Cowboys. Surprisingly, Schoonmaker is hidden development trait, which is insane. I suppose he really needs it at 24 years old. I don't like the numbers, dude. If this is actually what it's going to look like this year, I'm actually going to lose my vision by the end of the Madden season. I'm going to go blind or have headaches so bad. Like, so bad. Anton Harrison, star development trait. Surprisingly, Paris Johnson apparently is only star, but now we move on to Broderick Jones. Very unfortunate, first-round tackles and first-round linemen if you're using a franchise for one of these teams. Because obviously they are all star development traits, so you kind of feel like you got scammed because you can easily get those. Well, in previous Maddens, I don't actually know what the draft classes are going to look like, but star development trait for Skoronski as well. Just to test the list out again, once we get to Paris Johnson, I'll look at him, and if he's not superstar, then it's clear cut, but I'm pretty sure that this list is going to be 100 or very close to 100% accurate. Mauk, very old, but hidden development trait, which I guess is somewhat clutch. Intention, no matter what, Bears franchise online will be had. So cool to see Darnell Wright with hidden. Once again, the body molds are looking a little strange, but he is kind of on the bigger side, so I guess it makes sense. And then Paris Johnson, like we talked about, only star. I'm going to guarantee or make sure that is it. And man, I don't think those uniforms are it, to be honest. But let's take a look at the dev here for Mr. Paris Johnson, which of course is star. If he isn't superstar and the list has him at star, I mean, it's those three names really that, just made me guarantee. Like Will Anderson and Jalen Carter both being star is ridiculous. And just to show you guys, which I suppose for the difficulty of our Texans franchise, I don't hate, because it's not like he's a guaranteed god, even though he's very damn good. But also, like I said, star development trait, which, once again, speaking of normal, almost kind of debating if you'd rather have normal. Insane athleticism from this class. Speaking of, going over to the Buccaneers with Kalijah Cansey now. Hidden development trait, blazing speed for the size. And then now we move on to the Chiefs. They've got themselves a little hidden fellow. Not the most athletic, but that's one of the problems with the Chiefs and Madden franchise is, that defense. They don't got a lot of potential. And I believe my man's here is actually hidden development trait. Oh, they changed him, did they? Interesting. So he's actually normal. They changed him. They must have changed his dev from star to normal last second, which obviously is going to happen. When they say this is not the final product, this is kind of what they mean. They don't mean like the gameplay is going to be vastly different, because that like never happens. It's usually just that they're like, yeah, there might be some dev changes or something. You just never know. But Jalen Carter, like we talked about, the Eagles got to stop, dude. They've got to stop. I'm sick and tired of the Eagles doing eagle-y things. Like, this is just bullcrap that they're this good every single season. And, I mean, even, like, they took a little hiatus, but remember when they had, prime Carson Wentz? They were very stacked then as well. They're very good at roster building, and I just feel like Eagles fans are just so, like, as a Packers fan, it's pretty rich saying it, but spoiled, like, how bad they were crap talking the team for ages, and it's like, bro, you had the most insane roster ever. It went away, and it's back again. It's like, just be happy. Some teams never even get to average. You guys have been best in the league multiple times in the last decade. It's actually insane. And decade, I mean like literal last 10 years, not like, the last 3 years, real hard. Lucas Van Ness, a guy that is insane in the game, but I do worry about in real life. He is very raw. But star development trade there, that is a very healthy-looking rookie. I'm actually surprised as a Packers fan that he is rated that high, because I'm going to be honest with you, he's pretty one-dimensional, and that one dimension he's not super great at. The bull rush has come together decently, I suppose. That's kind of like all he did in college, to be fair, but he's actually moving players around at the pro level, which would be kind of the worry you would have before drafting him. Henry To'o, normal development trait, must have been one of the guys that also dropped from star development trait. And then looking at the Cowboys, we have Overshone, who is also normal development trait. So another guy that would have dropped. Jack Campbell now to the Lions, a guy that definitely looks pretty good. He had a pretty good preseason start. Yeah, I mean, people wanted to clown them, even though it wasn't really that early of a pick. He was projected to be first rounder, very close to, if not like kind of late first. BJ Ojulari, still hidden development trait. Nice. Zach Harrison. This would be another guy that I would kind of maybe expect to have dropped off the list, but we're going to see. And he did, playing outside, which is definitely interesting. And then Tyree Wilson to the Raiders, which, I mean, he's going to be star if Will Anderson's not superstar, And then cornerbacks, Keely Ringo was on the list, but that apparently has changed. Wonder if any of the corners changed, though. So I will be looking at the devs here, as Gonzalez, who is insane in game, could be a superstar, and another guy that I would maybe think would be a superstar is maybe Devon Witherspoon or Joey Porter Jr., but as you can see here, not going to be the case there. And then we're going to skip right over to the Seahawks real quick, which, man, I'm telling you, this rookie class has been really insane, though. I mean, we kind of knew this already, but like it's just seeing it in the game with those really funky, wide clown mirror numbers. It's really just like, damn, this class is busted. Speaking of busted, he's actually hidden. He's actually star development trade. DJ Turner was on my most overpowered list because of that insane speed, and he's even hidden on top of it, which I kind of, at that time, I was thinking normal. So the fact that he's also hidden is ridiculous. Emmanuel Forbes, hidden development trade. I kind of want to take a look at Tyreek Stevenson real quick from the Bears as well, just to see if maybe they bumped him up, because right now it's saying that he's not a hidden development trade player, but I am curious. Then we move over to the Steelers. Good old Joey Porter Jr., 23 years old. The class is, seemingly getting a little bit older as the years go on. I don't know if people are just staying longer in college, or maybe I'm just an idiot and that's just not something that's happening. I did not mean to go over to the Commanders, but we're already here. Martin, one of the only decent safeties from the class, because as you look at Brian Branch, didn't get to superstar, which is a little surprising, but 86 speed. I mean, I'm just saying. I did check before I started this video. He is, in fact, star development trait, not normal development trait. And I do want to take a look at Tyreek Stevenson real quick. 23, and he is hidden. So there's that added to the list. Boom, star development trait as expected. Then I believe there's 2 special teamers that are hidden development trait. Mr. Moody, 95 kick power, looking busted. So there's your guy if, you're doing a fantasy draft, which, of course, I will be doing at some point. And then Behringer, or Behringer, 24 years old, but a hidden development trait as well. Head's looking a little, disproportionate, if you will. But that is going to be it for the video. I do want to take one last gander just in case there has been extra names added and, I missed them. But if anyone is missed, it's going to be someone that's like super obscure in the 6th or 7th round, which we'll find. Don't worry, we'll find at one point, and then that'll be in the pinned comment section. But 99.9% accuracy. It'd be pretty hard to go through 250 rookies to make sure that, some 26-year-old 62 overall didn't get star dev because some dev got a little goofy. And this is why we double check. Osiris Torrance, star development trait. And then Steve Avila, also hidden development trait. Joe Tittman, the center from the Jets, star development trait. Julius Brents from the Colts, star development trait. Keon White, who's 24, who cares, but star development trait. Cam Smith, star development trait. They added pretty much like everyone that was an 80-plus overall was like star or better, it seems. Mainly not better, mainly just star. John Michael Schmitz, who's 24, but star development trait. Charbonnet, star development trait. Sidney Brown, very solid player in game, actually, star development trait. Drew Sanders, star development trait. So, yeah, there's a lot off that list. I take back what I said. Don't go to their side. Oh, man. They might have changed a lot in between, so obviously that's going to be the way it is. Jalen Hyatt's already so busted. He doesn't need to be star. I was about to say, he don't need to be star. He's already good enough as is. Even if Hendon Hooker was star, who cares? 25, that's a GG. Trenton Simpson is star development trait. Very athletic beast. Jair Brown is hidden development trait. So there are actually a lot of guys in the 3rd round that are on this list that aren't on the actual list for the Madden school. But yeah, I looked through pretty much a lot of the named guys, unless they're just super obscure, from the 4th and beyond rounds, and I don't see any. Like I said, the list may be off by like 1 or 2 players, but for the most part, I think we've cooked. I think we've done a good. I'm looking around, and I don't think there could be a sneaky few in there, but overall, I think we've got 99.9% of the rookies shown with their devs. So only 3 superstars or betters this year. No X Factor. Not really shocking. Maybe a Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, but neither even got to superstar, which is really surprising. But of the list, let me know who you think maybe should have been on there, got snubbed, or who shouldn't be on there. There's a couple of guys in there. It seems like a lot of hiddens this year, in fairness. And which rookie you're excited most to use in the game. And that's pretty much going to be it. Like I said, the plan would be to finish out the day with the start of Superstar mode, but a lot of people have been having issues with the servers, so that may be impossible. I'm really hoping they fix them because I have a lot planned for tomorrow. Probably a fantasy draft, probably some sort of experiment type video, and a rebuild. Likely planning the Lions, but I might record 2 just in case someone else does one. I know that obviously Dalvin Cook joined the Jets, and it would be interesting to do one of those, but I kind of feel like a lot of people might do that, so I'm kind of like, let's wait just in case. Maybe I record 2 if I get the chance. And I'm not really sure when I'm planning to start my franchises. No earlier than Wednesday, probably no later than Friday, I would assume. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed it, maybe leave a like. It would mean a ton, especially early into this Madden season. Maybe subscribe. Maybe check out the second channel, PKer Plays. And then, of course, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. That is about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, which should be so many this week. But until next video, see ya.